real emergency, we wouldn't be here. We'd get the hell out of town.
So it's so nice because now, so the only, even though we had these on the table before they didn't work, the only audio was being picked up by the laptop.
Right.
So now these actually work and we can switch the cameras. So whoever's speaking, we can move the camera so they're actually on video.
Great.
It's very exciting. But we don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little bit of a delay. So unless you're really gonna present, it doesn't make sense to change. So that should be coming right. Yeah.
I will keep an eye on it. Thank you. All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, December 7th. It's 9:35 a.m. There is a giant street cleaner going past us, which may make it a little bit hard here, but
As long as the train doesn't come at the same time.
so that would be in the law, right? But I called the meeting of the Hudson IDA to order. Mr. Hushek, would you please do the honors of doing roll call?
Sure. Brian Wallace,
Take present.
Richard Wallace,
Present.
Teresa Joyner,
Present.
Dominic Moranti.
Here.
Mayor Johnson,
He is here and allowed legally to be participating remotely because of the issue that's at City Hall today.
Deborah Campbell.
Yeah,
He doesn't count as a
it's,
quorum.
it doesn't count as emergency situation.
No, there's no such thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
should
I mean,
have.
if there is, but you had to give notice ahead of time, we didn't follow the video procedure. So he can listen, but he is not going to be able to participate.
But you have 4 out of 7 members.
Yeah, so we have a quorum.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying, he
Okay.
can listen, but he's not allowed to participate or vote under the video rules.
He can speak.
Unfortunately. He is not allowed to participate or vote because he's not,
But at the end of the meeting, you could make comments as a member of the public.
yes, he certainly could, Michael.
I just don't want the mayor
As a
to think
member of the
against
board.
me.
No, I understand. And
Well-
so, if you want to participate, you're gonna have to come over, so. Yeah,
Well, I know what you're dealing with today, so I
Yeah.
appreciate it. That is
Yeah.
far more important, and we will see you tonight. Oh, perfect. All right.
Oh, yeah, you have a quorum.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's okay. So I need a motion and a second to approve the minutes or approve and accept the minutes from the November 2nd meeting.
I so move.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Excellent. All right, Mr. Tucker, I'll pass it to you for the 2 discussions. Actually, can we start with the SEC 7 with Doc
Yes.
first? Okay.
I had an email from their council yesterday. I have
I
been,
have an update.
and I have been monitoring this with our council. And frankly, I felt that they weren't being as responsive as they could have been to Chris. So
Really?
Are we talking about?
SEC.
We're talking
seven.
SEC.
SEC.
Yeah, we're doing SEC
You
first.
understand, I did get communication this week.
Yes.
Okay.
But so I had suggested to them last week that if they did not demonstrate some level of progress in dealing with our council, that they should be here today to explain themselves. But that resulted, I guess, in some effort to get the process going. Obviously, that project is moving along quickly. We reviewed it in a timely manner, and I felt that they should respond to us in a timely manner. Can you give us an update on whether you feel they have beginning to be responsive at a level that's
Well, I mean,
appropriate?
council is providing some documents to me. We are still waiting for some other documents, but we're in communication about it. So,
Did we resolve the title issue?
so they know we're expecting a title insurance policy.
Yep.
And they've indicated that they're getting that to us.
Good.
So they're still working on it. They've given me an old title report, which we've seen and raised some questions about, so they're working on it.
Okay.
Not atypical.
And they
They
indicate,
did commit to closing by the end of the year though,
Yeah.
and via email.
if they can get Chris to then satisfy the documentation
Yeah,
she
I mean,
needs.
the issue of closing is always going to be dependent on getting all the documents in place before.
In time,
Right.
yeah.
They
And we
indicated
don't
they
schedule
thought they would
closing.
have it by then.
Yeah.
We don't schedule a closing until we are confident that we have all the documents. So we're still waiting for some things, so.
But at least there was some kind of a dead space, and we just wanted to not be, have a level of respect of the process that I felt was appropriate.
Yep. Okay.
So I had the cattle prodder out.
All right. Depot.
the depot. Also, I believe you, Mr. Chairman, and council have more information on that than perhaps I do. And I do think that based on what I do know, that they are moving forward, and there may be a need for a special meeting
Yep.
to finalize some of the details, but council or chairman?
Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I just received an update from Dan Hubble, which is that they weren't planning to be on the agenda today, so they would.
We'll do a special
like
meeting for
to-
it then.
Right, they would
That-
like to discuss further administratively with Michael and stuff, and then.
Yeah, the net is there were, and this all predates myself and other members that came on to the IDA this year. There was language that had been submitted for consideration in changing in Exhibit A of the resolution, and that language did not make it in. And it relates specifically to the definitions of middle income versus I believe it's affordable, Chris, correct?
So
Or
we
low.
can take that up once we figure out
Right.
what they want to.
Exactly. But I just want to give context to everybody about what that meeting will be about. So I think there's a way to satisfy both sides of the party through reporting requirements that were not part of the initial exhibit that's there. But as Chris and I have discussed, we need to know specifically what it is that they would want in language. So you said Hubble is willing to come for the next special if we can find an agreed upon date.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
think
believe
we
you would
wanna-
be. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure, but I think we need to go through what it is that they clarify.
Yeah, exactly. What they're
Looking
specifically
to-
asking.
to
So
address.
I'm
So-
gonna apologize,
That's
but could you just bring me up to date on that?
We don't
In other
really,
words,
we're
what
gonna have to
exactly
wait
did
for them
they-
to give us a proposal.
they,
You said the resolution went out on Dock Street?
no. This is the depot district.
Right,
Yeah, I mean,
So
the
a
district.
resolution had been passed by the previous IDA
last
board
September.
yeah.
Okay. to
We're moving
grant
forward
them
with the
funds?
closing.
to move them forward. However, there was still negotiation on language that they didn't catch was not what was approved. So they want the opportunity to come in and see if there is a way to amend or update.
They want to do a clarification, and it would require
Board approval.
board approval.
Okay.
And, I think that part of the issue here was because the city's email system was down.
Yeah.
When it comes back up, you may be getting all kinds of things
I'm
related to this,
sure.
but just ignore it until they
Those and a very fond citizen, I'm sure, will have its own special folder that pops up. So,
Anyway,
all right,
so more later.
more later on that, exactly.
except we do need,
Table to
I
next
was gonna
month.
say, to do a special meeting, are we gonna wanna try and schedule
I don't
that?
have a date for
I
a
don't-
special meeting.
yeah, I don't have a date.
but I think we do need to have that resolved by Friday because there's only 2 weeks left. And I know a number of us are not going to be around. And if they want to do this by year end, they need to get their,
No, understood. I mean, the first thing we need though, Mike, is an actual email system working so that I'm not submitting my personal Gmail accounts to anything that's going to
or
be.
we can hand deliver. But Lisa, what is the requirement of notice that we need to comply with?
72 hours.
Yeah, that's normal.
Okay,
Barring an emergency, yes.
So,
What do you mean holidays?
all right, so December
We
24th,
don't-
7 PM. See you all here, exactly.
yeah, I'll bring the cookies.
There we go.
Do you like eggnog with,
Everybody can dress in a costume, that would be great.
what do you like in your eggnog? Ice cream or booze?
So we'll, as soon as we need to get through figuring out when we're gonna have our email back from the city before we can agree to anything, because there's no method of communication right now between anybody. Administrative report, did you get,
Sure, so I can give an update on, so
before we do
last
that?
meeting,
Yeah.
we reviewed and went through the application, the project framework and review, as well as the annual status report. So I posted that information online, got some feedback, and really what you see in the packet, and that was sent out to those who
Yep.
read it.
Available for download on the website.
It's on the
now.
website, is a merged version with everyone's comments, including from Chris's team. So these in the packet here are the most recent, and I think final, unless if there's any other discussion or edits that anyone feels they want to make. I think these documents are considered fine, ready for you to
Ready to vote
review
on,
and
yeah.
and vote.
No.
This includes, just to clarify, the IDA application. So we will be replacing the old application with this one. This will be now replaced online in a fillable format and easier for applicants as well as for CEDC and the board to review and administer those applications.
Starts on page,
And the good news is, this IDA had,
starts on page 3, right?
this IDA had not done any financings for at least 10 years. So I think the application that we are replacing is significantly out of date, and the multiple generations of copies made it even hard to decipher the wording. So,
Yep.
thank you to Chris and to Jessica.
I would just say that Jessica did a terrific job
Yeah.
on doing this. It's very complex to pull all the information together that needs to go into this kind of an application to reflect the policy and statutory requirements. So it was long overdue, I think, getting an update. of this. So, and I would like to go through the resolution when you're ready, Michael.
And one thing to add too is the application does incorporate all of the last 4 or 5 months talking about the additional questions that you want to ask projects. To meet community needs.
And the fee structure is going to be
So
where?
that's separate.
Yeah, the fee
So-
structure is in the secondary application, section 2 fee schedule. And actually, I have one nit underneath the third bullet point there on page 2 of that, which is the project cost needs to be, if you remember, it's less than or equal to 10 million.
Yeah.
Versus just the less than.
Which page are you on?
Page 2, under fee schedule of the,
Like 5 pages in the back.
yeah, so the
6
project
pages.
evaluation and application process.
Oh, you're not in the application.
Yeah, not
Okay.
in the application, page 2,
Yeah.
and then it's fee schedule in the third bullet down. So that first one is project cost is less than or equal to
Mhm.
10 million.
I'm gonna get that one right eventually.
That's okay.
At least they're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Small
I
things,
think I
small
just
things.
overly focused on the direction last
I
time.
learned that the symbol for less actually is an L, LES, right? Because
Oh, yeah,
in grade school, I could never figure out.
that was your mnemonic device, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Interesting.
I always was taught the alligator. It's
Yeah.
eating.
So there's.
I just think of it as going down the numbers.
Is he like, yeah.
I never knew it was that complicated.
George Edwards' old grandmother wrote a pig home yesterday, geography.
So there's a resolution for the board that is behind the application.
Yep.
That you can see at the very end of the packet. And that resolution would approve the amended application form, that fee schedule, and the annual status report form that are here in your packet. And I will just note that, the project evaluation and application process I view as an administrative document. It's an explanation of process.
Yep.
That is not sort of an official determination of the board, but the fee schedule portion of that is. So we took the fee schedule out of the application so that, that can be looked at on a routine basis. And so then, but for now, this is the fee schedule that would be in effect going forward.
Yep, and that's what we said, because we want to see if this is what makes it worth our while in year 1 or 2, and then we can always amend it as we move forward.
Resolution is on the last page.
Last 2
couple of
pages of the document, yep.
Look, the last 2 pages of the package. There.
Regarding the annual report that we're gonna use, I think Chris, you had mentioned at one of the previous meetings, this would get incorporated into the UTEP. So
That's
I think
correct.
in the future, near future, we'll probably want to take a look at the UTEP and make those edits to update that policy as a whole.
Yep.
However,
I would like to start using this reporting form.
This is going to be approved as of today.
Yes,
Right.
Well,
so I can,
Heather's, I'm not. feeling
Assuming
it.
the board.
Yeah, right, there we go. So-
Assuming the board approves it. I mean,
I would like to start using this month so that we can send this out to our, all of our, two, I think, projects that have been approved and are actually in process, so that we can collect additional information for the reporting we need to do to the state.
But don't forget to make the change with the less than.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we talked about that last month.
Yeah, well, last month it was, yeah.
And Mr. Chairman,
We don't want it to go out.
could I ask you to consider making the application effective January 1, so that if we need to have an amended application
Yeah.
on any pending project, we're not They don't have to fill this one out.
I think that's reasonable, given that there's 20 days left in the month
Yeah.
roughly. So can I get a motion in a second for a roll call vote on approving the resolution, please?
So
Second. Second, all right. Mr. Rucci, please.
Brian Wallace,
Aye.
Jamal Johnson. Can't vote. Heather Campbell. Aye. Richard Wallace,
Aye.
Teresa Joyner.
Aye.
Cheryl Pazaluka. Absent. Dominic Moran.
Aye.
Passed.
Yay. Congrats, everybody. Nice work. Jess, thank you for everything on this very, very much.
Yeah,
This
no,
is the
good,
first page of
good,
the resolution.
yes,
I think it's different from the one we
needed.
Yeah, desperately.
When we do it.
I mean, it's
That's
small
all.
things. It's like, you know, housekeeping is the big thing, like get it done for your success. I want to call your attention really quickly, Mr. Rucci, I'm going to give the floor to you about these packets and the date that you would like them back. Do you want to, before we open it up for public comment, just explain what it is that we need each of the committee members to do, and I can pass these out? Am I allowed? I can bring this to the mayor this evening when I see him?
You can.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
So the packets have your name on them. It's the committees you sit on and the full board evaluation. You're required to report to the ABO on that yearly. So if you could do that by the end of the year, I'd really appreciate it. And you can vote on them next year. First meeting.
So we'll bring them to the January meeting that we have.
I think she wants them before the end.
I
of the
would
year.
like.
Oh, yeah, before the end of the year.
Please.
Okay.
Just so you can kind of culminate all the information and prepare for the next meeting, so you can actually have a vote for it.
Yep.
And distribute everybody's.
You should do all your compliance and we'll do the housekeeping resolutions and all that stuff.
Yep.
And hopefully the audit will start.
Huh? Okay. Do any other board members have any comments or business they'd like to discuss today? Any dates on your side?
No.
All right, I'll open up the floor for public comment. Truck has a lot to say. All right, with no public comment, I need a motion in a second to adjourn the meeting, please.
I so move.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much,
for a great
everybody.
year.
And we'll be in touch about the special meeting, hopefully once our emails.
Do they have an ETA?
We're gonna find out tonight. We have a special meeting. Oh, Linda?
This is-
Oh, sorry.